What's up guys, Miticus here, bringing you the draft recap for the APA Season 5. I'm your coach for the Boston Beedrills, and this season is going to be insane, guys. We have a totally new format for you, and I'll go over that shortly. This is actually my second time recording my draft recap because the first time I forgot to hit record, so go me, and now it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm getting tired. So hopefully I don't miss anything. But if I do, I'm sure I will notate it somewhere in the video. First and foremost, let's go over a few things that you may see on the screen here. One, got this thing right here. That is a new logo I had made just a couple weeks ago for the Boston Beedrills, and I want to know what your thoughts are on it. Do you like it? Do you like the old logo better? I love the logo personally, but I have heard some feedback from some others that love the original, and so I'm just trying to get some feedback. I've kind of had a mixed feelings on this one. Some love it, some are like, it's not bad, but it's just not what your other logo was. But what's kind of cool is I will be sporting the old logo in all my videos, and that is because I have a little gift here from one of the other commissioners, Panther. Nice little shirt here that he sent me for Christmas, so that's pretty cool. Fits really well, feels really good, and I really appreciate that, so thank you so much. And let's go over a couple other things here. One, I got a hat on. I actually spent the entire day today moving some stuff from the mountains of North Carolina to the central part of North Carolina, because that's where I live. And so I've just been, since 7 o'clock this morning, just been going and going and going. Sat down, was like, hey, I look like crap, I'm going to put a hat on. Not something I typically do, but trust me, it's for the good of everything. A hat is kind of like the male equivalent to female's makeup, right? So, sporting a hat, got a headset on this time, not using my snowball, just because honestly I didn't feel like setting everything up. And so yeah, that's kind of the things you may see on the screen that's a little different than usual. Before we jump into the actual reveal for this season, I want to say a huge thank you to one of the other commissioners, Elite 4 Dan, for making some amazing recap slides for us this season. As you can see, they're kind of a resemblance of last season's for our Little Cup season, but I think he has really done some really cool things with this slide, and just a huge thank you. He decided not to participate this season, so you know, he really just did this out of the kindness of his heart, and he does it for free for us, which is just, I mean, for this quality, in my opinion, is just absurd. He's a great guy. I'm going to try to remember to leave a link down below. He's a lot of times accepting commissions, so if you need anything, like, hit him up, and he has some like super fair prices. And I mean, I would love to give him any kind of business, because I mean, he deserves it. He deserves it because he does great work, and he's just a good dude overall too. So with that out of the way, let's go over a couple other house cleaning things. Let's go over how this season is going to work, because it's a little complicated, but at the same time, it's pretty straightforward. So, as some of you may know from other draft recaps, if you've seen those before, we're doing 3 drafts this season. 3 drafts, guys. What that's going to look like is we've drafted already for the first 4 weeks, and we'll have that full roster for the first 4 weeks. After the 4 weeks ends, we draft again for weeks 5 through 8. Whole new roster. You can have duplicates from the previous draft. It's not recommended, and I'll tell you why here shortly. But you can have duplicates, and then after week 8, for week 9, it's a whole new roster again, because we're going to draft again. And so it's going to be 11 mons each time, and again, they can be duplicates. And here's why it's not important, but recommended to draft a diversity each time, is because when you enter the playoffs, if you make it to the playoffs, and let's be honest, guys, let's be straight up with each other, eye to eye. Eadril's, we're kind of in a drought, so we're gonna try to make the playoffs, but I'm not gonna go in here acting cocky. There's some big talent here, probably the most talented season we've had so far. Just kind of looking at the teams right now, I mean, we're loaded this season, and so fingers are crossed. We're gonna try. Hopefully this draft is gonna help us with it. But so if you make the playoffs, what you can do is you can use any mons that you've previously drafted for your playoff team, with a few rules. The playoff team still has to fit the tier restrictions that the league has. So 1 tier 1, a tier 2, 2 tier 3s, a tier 4, tier 5, a mega, and then you have 4 free picks, and those you can pick through your points, 400 points, and each tier's got certain allocations on points. So you know how that works. You've been around the block a few times, I'm sure. This is not going to be your first league video. I am 100% confident saying that. What else can we say before we hop into this? It's been 7 minutes already, and I've basically talked about nothing. At the same time, I feel like we've talked about quite a bit. So what can I say? Okay, so cool. I think that's it. Let's jump into it. Going into the draft, I wanted to pick up a bulkier Pokemon to lead off my team, and I kind of thought around a few things. Offhand, I don't remember what I was thinking about, but the main thing that came to mind was Latios. I thought, you know what, it's a great mon. It's got a lot of viability. It's bulky. It can Calm Mind and Sweep. Just a really, really cool mon, I think. And so I thought, hey, that's my guy. I'm gonna go Latios, and I think I can be pretty happy with it, because I was also thinking a little further down the line about a couple mons, and I thought Latios pairs phenomenally well with these mons, and I'll get to those mons, you know, a little bit later. So it gets like 2 people before me, and guess what? Boom, it's gone. I think Sleeping Knight 77 picked it up. That's who I want to say got it, so that sucked. But I went with the next best thing in my opinion, and that was Latios. Now, not completely opposite, but definitely more offensive than bulky. But it's okay. He's still very, very, very bulky. He has 80 HP, 90 attack, 80 defense, 130 special attack, 110 special defense, and 110 speed. He's a great, great, great Pokemon, and I'm going to have a lot of fun using him. He can Dragon Dance, he can Calm Mind, he's got a lot of coverage. Now, Dragon Dance isn't 100% viable. I mean, it's viable, don't get me wrong, it's viable. But 90 attack is just a little lacking, but I mean, after a Dragon Dance, that's going to be fine. He's still going to hit very, very hard with the dual stab with Dragon and Psychic. He's got Levitate, which is cool. So it's good mon to switch in your ground type mons. Just really great. A great Pokemon. Obviously, you know, Dragon types have very few weaknesses. It's Fairy and Ice, and now the Psychic kind of makes it a little bit more difficult. It does add a few more weaknesses to Latios, but still overall very good Pokemon, and I'm excited to use him. I'm really excited to use him, and I think he's going to be amazing for our team. Hopefully I don't regret this as my first pick, but I think he's going to be a great mon. Going back into the second round, I thought I need to pick up my bulk now. I missed it in the first round. Let's try to pick up something in the second round that's going to be pretty bulky. And so I went with Skarmory. I mean, let's be honest, Skarmory is one of the most annoying, aggravating Pokemon to face because of its unbelievable bulk. Let's just take a quick look at it. It's got 65 HP, 80 attack, 140 guys, 140 defense, 40 special attack, 70 special defense, and 70 speed. Phenomenal. The first line on Smogon says, let me speak. Between its excellent physical bulk, great defensive typing, and access to reliable recovery, Skarmory is one of the best physical defensive blanket checks in the game, being able to consistently check a variety of dangerous physical attackers such as Lando T, Tapu Bulu, and it's extremely hard to wear down with passive damage due to its immunity to spikes and toxic. I mean, guys, if I didn't sell you before, like, Smogon right there should sell you on Skarmory. Go draft it right now in whatever league you're in. It's a great mon. It's got Stealth Rocks, it's got Spikes, it's got Whirlwind. It can really wear down the team. You can wear down the team and bring in Latios, and whether you're Dragon Dancing, you're Calm Minding, or making it a Z user, because, by the way, in this league this season, you can put a Z Crystal on whoever the heck you want to, and just do whatever you want to with it. Obviously, you can only bring one Z Crystal on a mon, or use one Z Crystal per match, because that's just how it is. But Skarmory just allows us to weaken and wear down and annoy the other team to allow sweepers such as Latios to come in and click Psychinium Z or Dragonium Z or Dragon Dance, Calm Mind, whatever it is. Skarmory allows us to sweep. That's the main point I'm trying to get across here. That's Skarmory's job, is to just stay alive and put spikes up, put rocks up, and do whatever shenanigans I have to do to wear down the team. And there's some other cool things, like Skarmory has weak armor, which is kind of neat. He has Swords Dance, which is kind of neat. He has an 80 attack, which isn't terrible. I mean, especially after a Swords Dance. And I mean, Bird Spam is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty good. He can Toxic, he can counter. He has Defog if I need him to. Obviously, I have to watch out for whoever has Magneton, but I mean, that's a once in a lifetime kind of thing in Draft League. Only one person has it. I'm not even sure if anybody drafted Magneton. I'm sure they did, but just looking at some of the other attacks that he has, there's nothing that really kind of shows itself too much, but he actually does have some decent coverage moves. He has X-Scissor, he has Pursuit, which is really cool. He has Night Slash, which is neat. So anyway, I'm getting a little too far into this. He's definitely not an offensive mon. He's going to be our defensive check, and I think he's going to be great. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with him. I think we're going to have a lot of fun annoying our opponents. Let's keep going. Let's keep going here, okay? So next, we got Gyarados. Mega Gyarados. I think Mega Gyarados is going to be amazing for us. Let me tell you a little bit about Mega Gyarados here, okay? This thing has 155 attack before a Dragon Dance. Not only does he have that massive attack stat, but he also has 95 HP, 109 defense, 130 special defense, and a lackluster speed at 81. Dragon Dance definitely helps that, but the bulk paired with the massive attack stat makes this thing incredibly dangerous. Now, one thing I've been told by a lot of people is that Gyarados isn't as good as he possibly could be because he doesn't have reliable recovery. Basically, the only thing he has is rest. It's not something you're going to want to run very often, if at all. So that is one thing, but I mean, he's such a great mon. He's got Mold Breaker too, just on the off chance. That's going to be useful. That's going to be useful sometime in the season. That Mold Breaker is going to be useful. I know it. I'm super excited about using him, as you can tell. I just think that with the moves that he has, honestly, he doesn't really need too many moves. I mean, Waterfall, Crunch, he's got Earthquake, he's got Dragon Dance. Just trying to look and see if there's anything else that might be kind of cool. That's really the few things that he needs. I think he has Outrage too. I could be wrong on that. Yeah, he has Outrage. Outrage, Iron Head, Iron Tail. Just a lot of different things to hit like fairies with. So I'm excited. I'm excited to use them. Another cool thing about Mega Gyarados is that, you know, Gyarados, which I will have a Gyarados at some point in the match because he won't be Mega Evolved yet, does have Intimidate. So on big physical threats, if he hasn't been Mega Evolved yet, I can throw him in and weaken that physical threat, and hopefully maybe get myself in a position where I can get some momentum that way. Just gotta be careful because again, he doesn't have reliable recovery, so sending Gyarados in to take hits isn't going to be the most prime thing to do. So anyway, Gyarados, I'm excited to use him. I think he's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see what's going on here. Just had to reply to a quick message, guys. Sorry, Discord is calling my name tonight. Alright, so let's go on to the next one. Did I just go to the next one on the screen? Oh, goodness, what did I do? Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Alright, so I don't know if I flipped through it here just a second ago when I was typing because I've hotkeyed some things, but Mimikyu. Mimikyu's next, and I'm telling you what, Mimikyu is going to lead our team with kills this season. There's no way he's not. He's amazing. And there's just literally no way that Mimikyu is not our leader with kills. Let's just go over some stats for him real quick. And these stats are going to seem very lackluster if you're not familiar with Mimikyu. 55 HP, 90 attack, 80 defense, 50 special attack, 105 special defense, and 96 speed. 96 speed, I'm telling you, if he had like 101 speed, this thing would be tier 1, I think. Just because of the fact that its ability makes it one of the scariest mons that Sun and Moon made available. And obviously that ability allows it to pretty much set up without hesitation. You can click Swords Dance and it's no worries. It's no worries. So I'm super excited to use him. I think he's going to be amazing. I'm going to try to actually go a little bit quicker through this now, since we're getting a little bit further down on the rankings here, but Mimikyu is going to be great. I'm excited to use him. I think he's going to be amazing. Free Swords Dance, why not? That's great. Shadow Sneak, Shadow Claw, Play Rough, all very, very good moves. Yeah, I'm stoked for him. I'm stoked. Let's go forward. Donphan. All right, so Donphan and Skarmory are kind of an interesting pairing in my opinion. I wish one or the other had a better especially defensive stat, but unfortunately they're both kind of more defensive. But what Donphan does for Skarmory is allow Skarmory to focus more on getting the spikes up instead of getting the Stealth Rocks up, allowing him to have the Roost, Spikes, Brave Bird, and Whirlwind. So let's see. So I'm excited for Donphan. He's also got, he's also pretty strong too. Let's just look at his stats real quick. 90 HP, 120 attack, 120 defense, 60 special attack, which sucks. Special defense sucks. Speed sucks. Whatever. It's also got sturdy. So honestly, I mean, him and Skarmory are so very similar. So very similar. But I still think they're going to complement each other. We'll see how that works out. Donphan is going to be my rapid spinner primarily, I'm sure. I think it's gonna be a really good mon. He's gonna be very, very supportive for our team, and yeah, so that's how that one's gonna go. Let's continue going. We have Salazzle. Okay, so I think it was in this recording. It could have been in my other one where I messed up, but I talked about Latios being very, very good for some mons I wanted to draft, and those mons were A, Mega Gyarados, and B, Salazzle. Those three I think pair so well together, and Salazzle is a mon that I used 2 seasons ago in APA Season 3, and I loved using him. I think he is one of the coolest mons from Sun and Moon, and I'm excited to use him again. His ability is blah. His corrosion does allow you to toxic anything, which is cool. So like steel types and poison types, you can still poison with toxic. That's cool. But I mean, he's so offensive and he's so fast, and I love his stab typing with fire and poison. He has a 111 special attack and a 117 speed stat. Just out of the gate right here, our speed tiers are looking pretty good, guys. Because Salazzle's 117, Mimikyu's 96, and that's nothing to be ashamed about. Gyarados after a Dragon Dance is going to be phenomenal, and then Latios is at 110, and that's just his base. So already we're starting to look really, really good on our speed tiers, and as you'll see, I'm going to try to actually make it even better going a little bit further in. So Salazzle, I'm super excited to use. After a nasty plot, this thing absolutely wrecks lives, and I think he's actually kind of slept on in the league. Obviously, he does have a 4x weakness to ground, and that psychic weakness is pretty paired up on with Gyarados and Latios. So I'm excited. I'm excited to use them, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes with that. Hopefully, it doesn't backfire. Next up, we have our reliable bulky water. I think I talked earlier about the Gyarados not being a water type that has reliable recovery, and everybody gets down on Gyarados because of that. Well, that is where Alomomola comes in and kind of secures that spot as a great wish passer, very bulky user, toxic user, and it does add another layer to being able to wear down that opposing team. So now we have Alomomola, Skarmory, and Donphan, who are all doing a really, really great job and efficient job of wearing down that opposing team and allowing Latios, allowing Mimikyu, Salazzle, and Gyarados to come in late game and sweep that opposing team. Or, you know, that's my hopes anyway. That's the name of the game, guys, that I'm going for. I need a team that's reliable. And I'm looking at this team, and I have 7 mons here now, and I think they're all really, really, really good mons. I think they go well together. I think they have some synergies that are really, really nice. And we still have a few picks to go. So Alomomola, I think he's going to be good. It's not something I'm exactly excited about using, but I do think that he has a niche on our team that's going to really complement the rest of the roster. Let's just look at its stats real quick before we go forward. 165 HP. That is ridiculous. 165 HP and Hazard Generator and Wish and Toxic and Scald and Knockoff. I mean, come on, guys. This thing is going to be so annoying. And again, it's not going to be one of those things where I'm going to be excited to use them, because honestly, I've been there before. I don't like facing him, but he's so good at what he does, and that's basically wish passing. So let's continue. Next up, Jolteon, adding again to those phenomenal speeds. The fastest mon on my team right now is this beast, and I needed an electric type. I needed a fast electric type, and I needed an electric type with only one weakness, and that's ground. And so I wanted Jolteon, and I wanted somebody to give me momentum, because again, remember, my goal is to wear down the opposing teams, get momentum, set up, and sweep. That is my goal this season. Whether it works out, we'll find out. But I think Jolteon is going to help with that strategy. Giving us that momentum, is a great HP ice user as well to help with those opposing ground types switching in to take the electric attacks. So I'm really excited about using him. He also has some other cool things that he can do, but primarily it's going to be hitting really hard with like a Specs Thunderbolt, Specs Volt Switch, and things like that, or a Specs HP Ice. So really excited to use them. One of the faster mons in the game, and it's pretty cool. I guess we can go over his stats real quick. 110 special attack, 95 special defense, and 130 speed, and with Voltazor. So I mean, this thing is just, he's great. That's all I can say. It's got some okay coverage. I think he's got like Signal Beam, Shadow Ball. Just kind of looking through a few things here. Stored power, I don't think that'd ever be useful. Yep, that's pretty much it. So you're mostly going to be relying on his stab and his hidden powers to kind of get you to certain places. So yeah, cool. Let's go on to the next one. And that is going to be another mon who is going to just blow away our speed tiers. I think this thing has 145 base speed, and it doesn't stop there. This thing is way nastier than most people give it credit for. 145 speed, yep, looking at it right here. 145 base speed. 100 special attack, and a buttload of coverage. He does have Unburden, he does have Sticky Hold, he does have Hydration. Two of those are viable, but mostly Unburden. It does allow me to invest less in speed, to outspeed like Scarfers, and put it more into HP and special attack, which is really nice. Bug Buzz, Focus Blast, Energy Ball. He does have Spikes as well. He can be a suicide lead with Specs, and Sticky Hold, and not being able to get the Specs knocked off is phenomenal. And he already takes knockoffs pretty well anyways. This is bug typing. It's great. So like I said, Energy Ball, Focus Blast. He has Final Gambit, which is really cool. He has Sludge Bomb, which is really cool. Signal Beam, which is obvious. Venoshock, that's cool. Water Shuriken, what? That's pretty cool. So just a lot of cool things I'm looking through here. Very cool mon. I think he's gonna be second on our kill list as far as most kills this season. Something just tells me this thing's gonna have the second most kills, ahead of Latios and ahead of Mega Gyarados, but just slightly falling short of Mimikyu. So we'll see. We'll see if these predictions hold true. Number 10, 10th pick of the draft here, guys. We're almost at the end. That's good because we're at 28 minutes. 28 minutes, guys. By the way, I haven't recorded anything since, like, I don't know. Number one goal this season, way above winning, is recording and uploading. Y'all hold me to that, okay? Like, get on to me. If I'm not uploading when I'm saying I should be uploading, like, hit me up on Discord, hit me up on the comments, hit me up on Twitter, and say, dude, record. Just do it. It's not that hard. Just do it. But anyway, so pick number 10. Pick number 10 is a Medicham. I wanted a fighting type that was absolutely brutal to switch into, and I think I picked something up that was pretty good, right? Medicham. Guys, did you know that with pure power, this thing's base attack is the equivalent to a Mon that has a base attack of 165. Did you know that? I didn't know that. That's crazy. I thought base attack is 60, pure power, doubles the attack. That means it's 120. No, that's not how it works, guys. Because you got to count in the EVs. It doubles it after the EVs are added. Like, that's crazy. 165. This thing is tier 4. This thing is tier 4. It cost me 60 points. That's ridiculous. It's got Fake Out. It's got High Jump Kick, Ice Punch, Zen Headbutt. I think it's got Bullet Punch for fairies. It's got Brick Break. Calm Mind's weird. It's got Poison Jab, which is nice. It's got Recover, which is weird. I didn't know that. So anyway, just really cool. Thunder Punch, Vacuum Wave. I already said Zen Headbutt. He's got Workup, which is kind of neat. So yeah, pretty cool Mon. His stab is really good, Psychic and Fighting. Thought that was pretty neat. I think he also goes really well with the rest of our team here. He's pretty well protected by the rest of the team, Gyarados and Latios. Obviously, besides the Fairy. For the Fairy, we definitely have the answers with Skarmory. That's going to be pretty easy. Salazzle can relatively switch into a Fairy type Mon. Mimikyu has the bulk, although I don't want to be switching in with Mimikyu, not necessarily. But anyway, it's a really good Mon, and I think he's going to catch some people off guard. I really do. Last but not least, guys. Last but not least, we had a Mon right here, Articuno, that I thought, why would somebody want to draft this thing? I'm going to be honest. Why would somebody want to draft this thing? It's 4 times weak to rocks. It's going to take it straight down to 50%. For me, individually, I have a flying type, a much better flying type with Skarmory. He's not the fastest thing in the world. He's not the bulkiest thing in the world. Although he is bulky. Don't get me wrong, he is bulky. But here's the thing. I have a roster that can really do well in getting rid of hazards. With Skarmory, with Donphan, with Latios. So maybe I'm overplaying the removal a little bit, but I still think I have pretty good removal, especially Donphan. I mean, he's one of the most reliable removers in the game. And I do think it allows me to use Articuno effectively, and he does have a decent amount of bulk on the special side. Stats: 90 HP, 85 attack, 100 defense, 95 special attack, defense is 125, and speed's 85. So it's not bad. I'm just more interested, I guess, in using him than honestly thinking he's going to be viable. It'd be really cool if Articuno had Snow Warning, right? Is that what it was? Snow Warning? I think so. That'd be really cool, because then he could just fire off blizzards all day long, and that'd be pretty neat. So anyway, guys, that is the team. Latios, Mimikyu, Donphan, Salazzle, Alomomola, Articuno, Mega Gyarados, Skarmory, Jolteon, Accelgor, and Medicham. Guys, do me a favor. First of all, like the video, okay? Unless you didn't like it, and you know what? Don't like it if you didn't like it. Like, I don't even mind. Like, if you truly didn't like it, then, I mean, hit the thumbs down. I appreciate honest feedback. So, but do me a favor, if you do give me a thumbs down, at least go in the comments and explain why, because I'd at least like to know that. Because I did spend 34 minutes so far on this video. So if you give me a thumbs down, just at least tell me why, please. Second, subscribe to the channel. I really want to try to get more subs and more views to this channel this season. I'm really trying to be better at recording and presenting myself and talking, maybe being more clear, concise. I have a lot of trouble talking fast, so sometimes that's an issue. But I'm really working on that, so I would like to really see the benefit, not the benefit. I would like to see the I guess the benefit of me working on those different things turn into subscriptions and views. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. Second, third, fourth, whatever that is on the list. Do me another favor and let me know what Mon that you see on this list you're most excited about us using this season. And you know, tell me why. Tell me, hey, Mimikyu's really cool. I think it's amazing that it can just set it for free. Hey, Articuno is actually more viable than you realize. It can do X, X, and X. Hey, I remember when you used Salazzle in Season 3 and how well you did with it. I hope you do just as well this season. You know, just simple things like that. Guys, it really makes me feel better when you comment and let me know what your thoughts are on my videos. It really makes me feel like there's a reason to make them. So I would really appreciate that. Big shout out to every guy and girl, because we do have a girl this season, who is participating in the APA this season. Without these guys, we wouldn't be here. Huge thank you to aDrive for sharing this idea with us. I think I mentioned that this was his idea. We kind of talked back and forth about it. He told us to run with it. Thank you for that. I think it's a great idea. I may not have actually mentioned it in this video, but in the previous video I did, the one that I did not actually record. So huge thank you to him for sharing the idea with us. I think it's going to be a very, very exciting season for us. And yeah, I mean, hey, if you want to do me a big solid, share the video on Twitter or something. That'd be really cool. And last but not least, let me know what you think about the logo. Do you like the new logo? Do you like the old logo? How do you like the shirt? The shirt's pretty lit, right? So, guys, that's all I got for you. It's been 37 minutes, and I've had fun talking to you. Hopefully you've had fun listening. Like, subscribe, comment below, do all those great things. And week number 1, we are going against SixftHax and the Durham Drudgegons. That's going up February the 24th. Although there could be a change with that. We could actually be going Saturdays or Mondays instead of Sundays, since we just recently learned that the GBA is going to be uploading on Sundays, and we have some coaches that share responsibilities in both leagues. So we're going to try to make it easier for them. But yeah, look on Twitter. I'm sure there'll be some kind of notification on there. And hey, if you subscribe, you won't miss it regardless, right? So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Until then, guys, I will see you later. Peace.